Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's I'm going to be reviewing a Toyota Tacoma TRD off-road with a particular package, and I'm going to explain in today's video why this is the best version of the Tacoma to buy, considering the pricing details on every single package on the Tacoma. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Brent Brown Toyota here in Orem for giving me some time with this truck. I'll include a link to the website in the description down below. If you have any questions, you need any help, just ask for Easton. And then also include a link to my car buying guide in the description down below as well. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a turbocharged 2.4 liter 4-cylinder that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 19 around town and then 23 on the highway, with power outputs being 278 horsepower and then 317 pound-feet of torque. And although this isn't as powerful as the hybrid, it's more simplistic, right? You've got less going on with this powertrain compared to the hybrid powertrain, so reliability could be better. Before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. Now, the next thing that I really like about this particular truck is the color. This bronze metallic paint looks fantastic on the new Tacoma. You guys have probably seen it on the Trail Hunter package. And then you can see with the headlight bezel, it's been all blacked out, and the same thing with the trim down below. I think it looks really sharp. Now, it would be cool if they blacked out the Toyota emblem. That's a really easy fix, but that would kind of finish things off with this package. You can see the fog lights down below. And then the thing that I really like about the TRD off-road is it doesn't have the funky air dam that you have on the Sport or on the SR5, so it just looks a lot better. This is better for off-roading as well. It technically makes you lose 1 mile per gallon on the highway, but in the real world, I don't even know if the air dam really does much, right? But anyways, great looking front end on the TRD off-road. Now, around the side here, our tire wheel setup is 265 by 70 by 17 in the front and over in the rear. And this is another thing with the TRD off-road that I really like, the wheel design. I think it looks great. The TRD wheels, you can see the silver there on the outside. And then these aren't super aggressive all-terrain tires, but it's better than street tires, if you ask me. So that's another part of this that is cool. And tires are one of the easiest modifications on a vehicle if you want more aggressive ones. And then we've got Bilstein shocks. Now, they're not as fancy as the Fox shocks you get on the TRD Pro, but Bilstein makes really durable shocks, and they're much more affordable to replace in general compared to Fox shocks, especially this series of shocks compared to the shocks you have on the TRD Pro. So yeah, if your shocks go, then it's gonna be less money on that front. And then I think the unpainted fender flares look better on the Tacoma. Now, I know a lot of people disagree with me on this, but I think it just works with the off-road style and the fact that the door handles are also unpainted, and then you've got this trim right here as well. I mean, look at it from a distance. It makes the truck look kind of a little bit more aggressive, a little bit wider overall, so I think it helps with the overall design. And then having that TRD off-road decal is always fun. We've got the Bilstein shocks here in the back, and then all of the Tacomas have the new coil suspension system, the multi-link, so that's another cool part. Things with the key fob are simplistic. Lock, unlock, and yeah, that's it. And then popping into the tailgate area, the tailgate is dampened, which is, you know, a nice feature to have so it doesn't just slam right down. Obviously, you can let it down with your hand, but sometimes it's nice if your hands are full. Got protection from the factory with this package, another nice feature. You've got lights in the bed. We also have an outlet in the bed as well. So it's got all the, again, all the stuff that you need. And there's even tie-down points on the bed, which is great. And then lifting this up, super light. I love how Tacoma's blacked out. It's funny, it's blacked out on the back, but in the front, you've got the silver Toyota badge. But yeah, putting it all together, on the exterior, I think that they did a really good job with the looks of this one. Now, popping inside, this being a more entry-level TRD off-road means that really easy to clean, durable surfaces all throughout. You got the cool TRD logo there, but that's going to hold up better over time. And then we've got these cloth seats. Now, I do prefer Toyota's Softex to the cloth, but it's such a big price increase that I think that these are just fine. You could do some like cat skin swaps with most vehicles for, I think it's like 2,000 bucks, might be a little bit more nowadays, but that'd still be less money than a TRD with the Softex seats. And then you get under seat storage as well, which is another nice feature. Now, the Tacoma's not necessarily more spacious than any other mid-size pickup truck, but you've still got some room back here. Got some cup holders, got your charging ports, all of that. And then taking a look at the front door panel, you can see soft touch trim right down below where you're gonna rest your arm. But then the rest of it, again, just, it's plastic, but it's durable plastic, get that right. All of our window controls here. You get your mirror adjustments. They've got blind spot monitoring. And then payload on this is pretty decent, 1,200 pounds. You know, for a mid-size pickup truck, it's reasonable. And then here are the front seats. They're actually power adjustable with this, which I think's a nice feature to have, especially if you're married. If you know, you know. We've got a bunch of controls here you can see for like stability control, outlets. I like how the TRD off-road has the auxiliary switches, so you don't have to do some awkward wiring, it's already tied in. You can see the steering wheel is manually adjustable. Again, one less thing to break. Now here's a quick look at the steering wheel. You guys can see perforated on either side, and then got nice trim here at the top and at the bottom. Bunch of practical controls, and I like some of the standard equipment that the Toyota Tacoma comes with. You've got your adaptive cruise control, you've got lane centering, all of that. It's just nice daily driver stuff. You can see the regular stocks there on the back, so very simplistic. Do have a full digital gauge cluster here. I think it looks cool. Now this is potentially a little bit too techy for some people, but it's really easy to use. It's pretty customizable as well. And then the TRD Off-Road does have a bunch of different drive modes for on-road use. It also has multi-terrain select, so you've got all the off-road tech that you need from a drive mode perspective. So in reverse, we do have a backup camera with trajectory lines that turn with the steering wheel. And then as for the rest of the infotainment system, you can see shortcut bar there on the side. You got little volume control right there. Apparently the camera doesn't want to focus on it. There you go. There's the infotainment system. I like the red TRD stop-start button. Single zone climate. It's not a big vehicle, so you don't need dual zone per se. And then you can see down below, we've got our wireless phone charging pad, USBs, all of that. Shifter here for the 8-speed, again, TRD, looks pretty cool. Got your parking brake with your auto hold, your 2-speed transfer case. And then, again, you've got the regular drive mode with the multi-terrain select. We also have crawl control, you've got tow haul mode, and it has rear locking differential, so all the off-road tech that you really need. And then you got some more cup holders. You can see with the center console here, nice trim on the top. And then you got storage above the glove box with the Tacoma logo, and then you got the glove box itself. And then we do have a power sliding rear window, which is a nice feature to have in a pickup truck. You can see that right there. Now this brings us to the price tag. This color, by the way, is called Oxide Bronze Metallic, really cool color. So a lot of stuff is standard. Now you do have the TRD off-road upgrade package, so you can see this includes the power seats, the leather trim steering wheel, so that fancy steering wheel that we looked at. So you can get a TRD off-road that is $4,600 less than this, but I do think that that equipment, heated seats and all of that, heated steering wheel, sorry, rather, I think it's worth it, personally. Anyways, total MSRP on this is $49,839. So the new Tacoma TRD Pro is going to start at about $65,000 before options. So realistically, when they arrive on dealer lots, they're probably going to be like $67,000, $68,000. And so I think this, for under $50,000, is all the Tacoma you need. And frankly, for the extra, you know, $18,000+ that the TRD Pro is going to be over this when it comes to price, you could build out a really, really cool TRD off-road. I don't think we've ever been in a world where the price difference between the Pro and the TRD off-road has been just so monstrous. So let me know what you guys think about that. But I think with all things considered, with pricing and everything, I think this is kind of the packaging to go for, is TRD off-road with a couple of options, and yeah, just value-wise, it makes most sense. Let me know your thoughts on that.